London, England, historic, traditional, from Big Ben to Trafalgar Square, the views from the London Eye, and the home of royalty, Buckingham Palace. Down the street across from Kensington Gardens sits the world-famous Royal Albert Hall, host tonight to the most prestigious mixed martial arts competition on the globe as the UFC invades the UK. This is the Ultimate Fighting Championship, Brawl at the Hall. This spectacular venue opened in 1871 by Queen Victoria, the Royal Albert Hall. The enthusiasm, the pageantry, unbridled, as the gates of the Octagon have gone global. For the first time in nearly 2 years, a premiere for mixed martial arts tonight here in the UK. Welcome to the Brawl at the Hall. On the card tonight, we start with the light heavyweights. James Zickett, one of 4 Brits, a boxing champion, takes on Philip Miller, the American, who is 13-0 in mixed martial arts. Lightweight fight, Lee Remedios, tough, scrappy Brit. Boyish look, don't be fooled. He takes on the always entertaining Genki Sudo from Japan. And in the middleweights, Mark Weir, the fastest hands of the 4 Brits we'll see tonight against the Wolf, Eugene Jackson. We know he has a lethal left. And then in the heavyweight fight, we are very much looking forward to the welcomed return of the Machine, Ian Freeman. This tonight, undoubtedly the biggest fight of his life, as he takes on a slimmed-down and scintillating Frank Mir. And finally, the title fight for the welterweight championship. We settle the score once and for all. The champion, Matt Hughes. The challenger, Carlos Newton. Our main event tonight here in London, England. Our ways to win here in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. As always, 3 judges score the bout duration, 3 5-minute rounds, notwithstanding the championship fight, which will be 5 5-minute rounds. Round winner gets 10 points. We score on a 10-point must system, the opponent getting 9 or less, based on effective striking, grappling, aggressiveness, and octagon control. We begin this evening with the light heavyweights.
This bout is 3 rounds in the light heavyweight division. octagon is an expert in combat grappling with a mixed martial arts record of 13-0-0. Standing 6 feet tall, weighing in at 90.2 kilos, 199 pounds. Fighting out of Hesperia, California, please welcome Philip Miller!
Philip Miller, a 13-0 record. He says, I like being unknown for having a 13-0 record. It makes him very dangerous. A good wrestler. He loves the ground and pound, and his wind is definitely not a question. He says he can go all night.
A machine that never gasses is Philip Miller as he adjusts his knee guards and gets set for his UFC debut here tonight in London, England.
Now entering the octagon is a freestyle fighting expert with a mixed martial arts record of 16-2-0. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 91.8 kilos, 202 pounds. Fighting out of Watford, London, England. Please welcome the Messiah, James
And Z-Kick, an astounding ovation. Is a good striker. He is well versed in submissions, and Frank Shamrock has nothing but good things to say about this young man.
Well, the Brits love their own, and Z-Kick will have this bipartisan crowd in his favor tonight. Tail of the tape light heavyweight matchup. 25 years old is Z-Kick. Philip Miller makes his UFC debut at the tender age of 23 years old. 2-inch advantage with the reach of James Z-Kick. Good kickboxer. Our referee for our opening matchup tonight at the Royal Albert Hall is Larry Landless.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's rock and roll.
The UFC has arrived in the UK. Welcome to the Ultimate Fighting Championship. With the knee guards on is Philip Miller.
He's going to clinch, time up high. Former BYU wrestler Philip Miller. An unblemished record.
29 combined mixed martial arts victories between these two competitors, Jeff.
Yeah, and only 2 losses, so you're seeing, you may not have heard of these guys, but these are the very best. And as I said before, it's Philip Miller says, I like being unknown. Most of the time you hear about these guys with these big records, but Miller's 13-0, and he's here to prove a point.
Well, Z-Kick well decorated in his own right, 2-time ABA London area boxing champion. And then he has gone on to be stellar in his performances in the IFC, WBC, and of course King of the Cage. So he's well versed in his mixed martial arts competition, and his resume is filled with some impressive wins.
Oh, tries to trip that outside leg.
Miller having a tough time getting his first takedown in the night. Z-Kick good takedown defense here.
Oh, look for the throw. He had a tight hold on Miller's arm. Miller's in side control. So Z-Kick fell into a bad position. He's trying to get guard.
Z-Kick's got some skill on the ground as the wrestler tries to keep it very busy. That Philip Miller.
Miller momentarily for a split second had mount, but Z-Kick, man, he just got out of it quick. Got him back in the half guard.
Well, you talked about the conditioning of Philip Miller, Jeff. He's certainly trying to push the pace here in the first 2 minutes of our matchup.
Yeah, he says he never gasses. He says, I'm ready for this. Coincidentally, you mentioned some of his victories. He beat Shungo Oyama. Now, Oyama just defeated Renzo Gracie in Pride, so that's a big victory for Philip Miller.
Oh, nice to deliver the big right. Did it connect?
Look at Miller standing up.
Yeah.
Wants to break the legs loose. Does so.
And a 1-2 combination.
He can't stand up. Look out for the bicycle kick. Wow, that was a big right hand.
So Miller trying to collapse upon the British fighter. Zekic who's up, and the crowd reacts. Well, they are passionate here for their own as Zekic gets a left. And now a right on Philip Miller.
Miller trying to get the takedown and does so. I think the heat just rose 5 degrees when Zekic made it to his feet.
It is a first tonight, but we certainly anticipate that the Brits will embrace this sport and show the type of passion they have shown over the years for their favorite sports, be it football, soccer, back in the U.S. and in North America. And, of course, their boxing champion, Lennox Lewis. They love combat, and so far so good as Zekic was able to get to his feet, but just momentarily, and has the half guard applied on Miller here.
Now, Miller's staying very busy. He's continuously trying to improve his position, trying to drop a big elbow down on Zekic. He's in the half guard. Look at the balance. That's where that wrestling comes in. He'll use his hips to his advantage, sprawl that leg out, and move back to Zekic's half guard.
1 minute now remains in round one. Side control again. Keep him busy with those short shots.
He controlled Zekic's arm. He almost stood up, had a hold of the arm, and just drove him right down to the mat.
Miller, a former champion on the TV show Battle Dome, a competition, of course, similar to the old American Gladiators show.
Let's go.
People were saying, who is this pudgy guy? I'll tell you what, this so-called pudgy guy can put it to the best of them.
Yeah, man. Trains with Ted Williams, a former UFC competitor at the Williams Combat Grappling Academy in California.
And Zekic has some blood underneath the left eye.
Final 10 seconds. The pace being pushed by Philip Miller. Zekic doing a good job, though, so far in round one completed.
Can you relax? Relax, take it easy. It's all right.
This 130-year-old building
good job.
will be electric tonight.
He's not done anything bad. You're doing a good job.
The only thing he's going to do is try to throw heat on his feet. There's no heat. Protection. Take him down and give him everything, all right? That's all you got to do, bro.
1 second when you were against that kid is that you stopped for a second. He could have thrown some heat. You can't stop. You got to keep the action flowing.
Deep breath. Deep breath. Here, hold this.
The corner of Philip Miller.
Ted Williams, he's an octagon veteran.
Hey, this your day. This your day. Ain't nothing this guy's
holds a
got.
victory over
all right?
Mark Robinson.
You didn't say body, head. A couple times with body, do that headshot that you
Hey, he's looking for his feet. He's looking to kick you.
Big fan of the mixed martial arts. Elle McPherson in attendance here tonight at the Royal Albert Hall, which was the first venue back in 1963 that the Beatles actually played a concert in. And Elle McPherson here in London and here in attendance tonight. This building has hosted it all, and now for the first time, it hosts the sport of mixed martial arts in the Super Bowl of mixed martial arts, the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
You ready? Are you ready? Let's rock and roll.
Here we rock and roll to round two. They touch. Zekic had a good combination on the feet in round one, Joe.
And Miller kind of throwing him off.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Zekic, gets right back up. And the crowd is definitely going to react.
Oh, good forearm lands on James Zekic. Miller really working hard to get this takedown.
Watch that fence.
He's also switching from traditional to southpaw stance. From from time to time. That'll throw an opponent off, especially if they have tape. And I watch a certain match expecting him to fight one way, and he switches it up. As they scour the outside of the octagon and push it away. And Miller wants this takedown bad. And Zekic throwing the shots as Miller sits down through the ankles trying to get the takedown. And there it is.
Man, he expended a ton of energy to get it, though.
Yeah, he did. I mean, Zekic was fighting it off, fighting it off. Now Miller's got the back. Standing, he's got a waist lock.
Larry Landless telling James Zekic he cannot grab the fence, and Zekic complies. Man,
Miller.
He cannot pull him down. He cannot get the takedowns he wants.
He is looking for that big throw.
And now Zekic takes his back. This has to frustrate Philip Miller.
Oh, yeah, he's going for his bread and butter. And a big knee. Lands to the head of Miller.
Now he's got both hook. No, just one leg hook, Jeff.
And he took a shot with the knee, and he is desperate to get this takedown. Now he has both legs. And,
still can't get it. What great takedown defense by James Zekic, and finally, it took him nearly 2 minutes.
Yeah, tremendous balance by Zekic.
Hammer kick. Bump him when he tries to crouch. There you go. Drop it, buddy.
So here's a question. Shooting all those double legs and single legs. Is Miller finally going to get tired in a fight? It looks as though he has slowed down with those punches. And Zekic is getting back up to the feet. And one hook is in. And Zekic.
Wow. Zekic just missed with the uppercut. And tries with the left. Now at this point, is Miller's gas a bit empty?
It looks like he's getting a tad bit wobbly.
They both tried to knee at the same time.
Miller has the underhooks.
Great look here, Jeff, from our camera angle right on the side of the octagon. That takedown came a bit more quickly.
And now Zekic gives his back. Miller trying to get the hooks in. Almost in a mounted position, but ends up with only one leg through. Tried to throw what I like to call a push-off forearm. You'll put your palm of the hand on the guy's face, push the palm off and land a forearm. Zekic looks very calm.
As we sit in this hall that appears to be one that could be a home to gladiators, we see our modern-day gladiators competing inside the octagon. No surprise that Zekic's favorite movie, The Gladiator.
Watch your position. Shag your hips.
Oh, step it over. Full mounted position.
This could be dangerous. Miller gaining the control.
He has only 40 seconds to work.
Great move by Zekic. 30 seconds remains in round 2.
Oh, working in the guillotine choke.
Can he get any leverage from this position, Jeff?
I don't think so. Look at Miller controlling.
Do not grab the fence.
Just picks the ankle out right from underneath him.
He had the arm around the neck, but he had no way to extend the body, pinned up against the fence. Zekic avoids some potential damage here in round 2.
Stop, break easy. Hey, you grab that fence, you're gonna have to penalize you. You understand? Go grab it.
Let.
Take a deep breath. Deep breath.
Hey, your shot's doing great. Keep the weight into it. What you're doing is you're backing away, and your weight's not in it.
Hey, take deep breaths right now.
Keep your weight in on him. Pull the legs out from underneath.
Hey.
Take a look at this knee. Oh, right to the left side of the head by Cejudo. And here's what I describe as that push-off forearm. Place your palm on the guy's cheek or head and shove it off really quick. And it's a nice, short, distracting, and sometimes damaging shot. And a nice escape by Cejudo. This guy is just pouring it on. He's not giving Philip Miller an inch.
Set for round 3. Cejudo. And Miller gets set with his shorts. Can Cejudo get anything done on his feet here? Early part of the round. He is a well-decorated boxer here in the UK.
Last round. Are you ready? Let's rock and roll.
Third and final round.
This is where it gets interesting. I don't think many of Miller's fights have gone this far. A nice combo. As Miller, standing in traditional stance, shoots in. Once again, he only has the single leg. Cejudo thinking about throwing.
Well, he knows that Miller has worked very diligently to take him down the first 2 rounds. Question is, can he get him to use some more of that gas tank and then take advantage?
He's tired and he's holding on.
You hear his corner. He's tired and he's holding on, Jeff.
I think one of the factors here about Cejudo, he's very religious. In fact, he took some time off from fighting because people criticized him, saying, how can you be a fighter and call yourself religious? And I guess he had to talk to God, and he's back in the octagon. And he is doing a heck of a job here tonight. Just when you think Miller had, guillotine choke. He got an arm through.
Oh, my.
He's still trying to go for it. You can still choke someone out if the arm is through.
Does he have it? Will we get a submission? Holding on is Miller. And Cejudo lets go. So now Miller fights through his submission attempt.
And for the first time in this fight, Miller is on his back. And Cejudo is on top.
He had that landed and sunk in for just a moment. And then, as you said, Miller got his arm through, and that was the end of that. Potential damaging into this fight for Philip Miller. Cejudo, I would think, behind on points, though, still, has to try to make something happen here in the third.
Plenty of time in the third. 3 minutes left. Your whole world can change in 3 minutes.
Open mouth breathing by Philip Miller.
Use it.
Cejudo has really impressed him. Just when you think
Cejudo with a big right.
You think he's in trouble, and he gets back to his feet.
Action time, man.
And Landless warning him, say, let's see some action. And Cejudo delivers a right hand. Telling to cover his mouth.
Use it.
Well, Miller was totally protecting his face, and Cejudo said, fine, I'll go to the midsection. Those arms come down, and then he hits the top part.
That was a good right.
And another. The crowd reacts here in England as the British fighter making his UFC debut, trying to gain back some desperately needed points. A forearm delivered to Philip Miller.
Improve this, guys. Let's go.
This is the third and final round.
Let's go.
Another warning from Larry Landless, and another big right hand from Cejudo, and he's trying to pass the guard. He's trying to get the hooks in. He is trying. Miller may be out of danger, but he's got to look out for the armbar. And now Philip Miller is back on top.
I don't think Cejudo would mind getting it back on the feet right here.
Now, I got to give Philip Miller some credit. Yeah. He was in some serious danger there. almost in danger of Zeke getting his hooks in and choking him out, but he got up and is back in control. Now Zeke, if this guy gets up again, this place is going to go nuts.
He ate a couple on his way up, but he's up. And a knee, and a left.
Zeke needs to use that boxing. Both of them are noticeably fatigued.
Big right, 30 seconds. And Zeke got the right he wanted. Miller able to shake it off. 20 seconds remains. Zeke, can he finish it with one punch? That's what he wants. Miller is dazed. Miller's out of gas.
That one rocked. He goes 10 seconds.
Now there's 7. Got to go for it. The right. Will he get it? The left. Another right. Time is going to expire. Oh, my. They are on their feet here in England. The judges will be forced to render a decision.
Keep your gum shielded, all right?
That third round was a tough one to call. Back and forth.
Hands up!
What a way to open the night.
Nearly 2 years since the UFC has gone global. A highly anticipated evening tonight here at the historic Royal Albert Hall, named after Prince Albert, Queen Victoria's husband. And they are giving both Philip Miller and James Zeke quite a reception here. Zeke tried to land that guillotine. He almost had it, Jeff.
Yeah, he was working hard, extending his hips. See him pushing his hips forward, torquing. Trying to get Miller to tap out, but Miller got that one left arm through. That alleviates a lot of the pressure. But Zeke had it cinched. I got to give Miller some credit for getting out of that tight guillotine.
A flurry on the ground by James Zeke.
Yeah, but he was unable to finish Philip Miller, who we thought was in danger.
Yep.
Ooh, big right hand by Zeke.
Another 30 seconds. Zeke might have gotten the knockout he wanted. But was it enough in rounds 1 and 2 to gain the decision in favor of Philip Miller? Let's now find out. The judges have rendered their decision. Here's the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge Doc Hamilton scores it 29-28. Judge Jeff Mullen scores it 29-28. Judge Cecil People scores it 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Philip Miller. Let's have a big hand for James Zeke.
Another big round of applause for the Brit from Watford, the Messiah, James Zeke.
Good fight, you guys. Good fight.
That was a very nice start to the evening. Let's go up to the Octagon, Ryan Bennett.
Man, what a fight this was, folks. Great fight. Standing with the winner, Philip Miller. Philip, you fought most of your career at 185 pounds. You went up to 205. How tough was that?
It was a tough decision going up. Guys are a lot heavier to pick up. And you just get used to training harder to maintain a lower weight. So I felt I was a little lax here. But I always come out strong, never give up, you know.
Will we see you back at 185, or do you want to fight at 205?
I'll be back at 185 to take this belt.
All right, there he is, Philip Miller. The crowd is great. We love the UK, man. The fans are here. Let's go back to you guys at ringside.
Ryan, thank you very much indeed. The crowd energized here tonight at the Royal Albert Hall in London, England. the history, the pageantry, it is all here. And now the gates are open. Soon they will once again be closed for our next bit of competition. Hi again, everybody. Mike Goldberg, welcome to UFC 38, and welcome to what we hope will be the first of many events here in the United Kingdom. We date back to 1908 when amateur boxing appeared in this historic hall. And then, about 4 decades later, the sport of judo put on display here at Royal Albert Hall. The epitome of all fighting happened in 1971 when the greatest champion of them all, Muhammad Ali, put his skills on display here at the Royal Albert Hall. That until tonight, when what we feel are the world's greatest athletes, the world's greatest combatants, are here this evening at the Royal Albert Hall in London, England, as this is UFC 38, and this is the time where the score will be settled between Matt Hughes and Carlos Newton. Welterweight championship. We take you back to the first fight between these two competitors, MGM Grand November of last year. Early second round. Was Hughes already out when he slammed Newton to the ground and Carlos shook his head in disbelief, finding out that he no longer would be champion as Hughes would wear the belt? Jeff Osborne, it's the fight we've all been waiting for. The controversy has been talked about. We get to see it tonight. Carlos Newton and Matt Hughes.
In my opinion, the most controversial fight in mixed martial arts history. Matt Hughes got up in disbelief and said, "Did I win?" He also said, "I was out." Carlos Newton couldn't believe it, as it was a Rocky II type ending, and an ending so controversial, even Vince McMahon's WWE used a similar finish just a few weeks ago. Tonight, this may be the Royal Albert Hall, but this is not the ballet. This is the fight we've been waiting for.
Well, there's no question about it. It's the closest thing we've ever seen to Rocky and Apollo, with Rocky in the form of Matt Hughes getting up that time. Now, it is worthy of note, as the fighters arrived here in the UK on Monday, that during the official weigh-ins, the challenger, as he is, Carlos Newton, had no problem making weight, coming in great condition. But on his first attempt to be under the amounted pounds, Matt Hughes was heavy.
Champion Matt Hughes weighs in at 77.6 kilos. He's over by 0.6 kilos.
He would come back about 40 minutes later and comfortably make weight. I suppose comforting because he was able to do so. So the champion is here. He is ready to defend, but should there be a reason for concern? Are we surprised that Matt Hughes had trouble?
I'm a little bit surprised. I think there was some confusion over the actual weight on the scale, possibly the calculations from kilograms to pounds, but I don't think it's going to be a factor for Matt Hughes. He is a weight cutter. He does cut weight. This is the first time, though, in a UFC fight that Matt Hughes has not made weight and had to come back and do it all over. So that is an interesting factor.
All right, let's talk about Matt Hughes first. He was very vocal about the fact that anyone can win a championship. Well, we know not just anyone, but that you can win a championship because you get that opportunity to slam your opponent, he goes out. The proof of being a champion is in defense, and in his defense, he already has one of them.
Yeah, in my opinion, he defeated the number 170-pound fighter in the world, and that was Hayato Sakurai. And he had only one blemish on his record, and Matt Hughes mauled his way through to a victory. And tonight he has a tough task ahead of him, because I honestly believe that Carlos Newton is a driven man. And tonight he's going to try to prove that. But Matt Hughes, look out for the takedowns.
Well, only a few miles away from the crown jewels and the many treasures that lie on this great soil, we have an expression being used frequently by Carlos Newton. That is on loan. He says the belt has been on loan to Matt Hughes. It's his. He plans on getting it back this evening.
Oh, I know he wants it back. The most controversial finish in mixed martial arts. Tonight, it's time to settle the score. Let's see who the man is going to be tonight. Will it be Newton? Will it be Hughes? Either way, we've got a great champion.
We certainly do, and we have it in the welterweight division. All right, it's a night that we've all been waiting for a long time. That fight later this evening, the welterweight championship, our highlighted event between Carlos Newton and the champion, Matt Hughes. Let's continue now with the lightweights.
This fight is 3 rounds in the lightweight division. Now entering the octagon is a Bushido-style fighting expert with a mixed martial arts record of 3-1-1. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 70.2 kilos, 155 pounds. Fighting out of Tokyo, Japan. Please welcome Genki, the Neo-Samurai, Cejudo!
Well, to say the least, Genki Sudo's ring entrances may be reminiscent of pro wrestling, but his fighting style is very real. He is extremely unorthodox. He could goof off during the match and end up beating you. He has great submission, and he is trained with Bas Rutten, a former UFC champ.
A showman, to say the least, the Neo-Samurai, Genki Cejudo. His opponent this evening is a Brit.
And his opponent now entering the octagon is an SWS Valley Judo fighting expert with a mixed martial arts record of 11-2-1. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 70 kilograms, 154 pounds. Fighting out of Ashford, Kent, England. Please welcome the British Brawler,
Well, he may look about 13 or 14 years old, but I can assure you he fights like a man. He's well-versed in submissions, and he likes to stand up and trade. I'm expecting nothing more than an exciting fight, as Remedios is a very well-rounded fighter.
Well, as one man aptly put it, his aggressive, high-octane attacking style belies his boyish look. And we will see that in a moment. When asked what his biggest weapon is, he said, "My attitude." Tail of the tape for this lightweight bout between the Japanese fighter and the British fighter. Remedios is 26, Cejudo 24. Cejudo 2 inches taller and coming in 5 pounds heavier. Or pardon me, 1 pound heavier. The centimeters being shown for our fans all over the world this evening. Our referee for this matchup, the veteran, Big John McCarthy.
All right, here we go, here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it on, come on.
Pseudo unorthodox. Look at it. He has a ton of fun out there, there's no question about that.
I don't know if he's breakdancing or fighting. Look for the spinning tornado kick or anything. This will throw a man off more than any other factor in a fight.
We have been warned we could see a Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee impression tonight. We'll try to watch closely.
Remedios patiently circling out. It's going to take a while to figure a guy like Cejudo out.
Remedios closes in. He's got to not become assumed or consumed with the showmanship of Genki Cejudo.
And I can assure you, you will never see a fighter like Genki Cejudo anywhere but here in the UFC.
This is fascinating.
Let's work it, let's work it.
You know, it was good on tape. It's way better live. Oh, a good left. Cejudo looking for the takedown. Remedios won't go.
Look at the hip movement of Cejudo. Sinking down, recovers quickly. Remedios. He's got one hook under, as does Cejudo, and one hook over.
Well, the reports are that Cejudo has reset his priorities and truly is focused into being a mixed martial arts fighter and trying to be the best one he can, fighting out of his hometown in Tokyo. And down goes Remedios. So Cejudo gets the first takedown of the night, about a minute 45 into round number 1.
You know, one thing I question about Lee Remedios has nothing to do with his skill, but it's his confidence level. Yeah. Sometimes he comes off a bit timid, maybe a bit shy. Can't be shy against a guy, especially the likes of Genki Cejudo. It's Cejudo just picking him up.
Well, Remedios has 11 wins in mixed martial arts. What were the caliber of them? Well, some might argue, but the fact is he's been, Jeff, in your show a few times. He's a hook and shoot vet. I mean, here's a guy who's been around. He's ranked #1 lightweight fighter in the UK.
He's fought bigger guys. He's fought guys similar to size, and that is a record that you cannot dismiss. And Cejudo needs to take him seriously. Although it may not look like that, I'm sure he does.
Attended the University of Kent, earned a first-class degree with honors in electronic engineering. He's an engineer during the day and training to be a fighter at night, and the British tabloids have certainly given the UFC some great press this past week, and lots of press, of course, towards the 4 Brits competing tonight. Remedios self-admitting he may be outclassed on paper by Cejudo, but he's going to try to prove the critics wrong here tonight.
You see, Remedios is another guy who tries to work those legs up high.
You know, it looked like he looked for the spin on Lee Remedios there, as Cejudo tries to work in and push towards the punches.
Way to get up by Remedios. He started backpedaling, and Cejudo on the attack. Look at Cejudo, flying triangle. He went for the flying triangle.
Is Remedios out, though, Jeff? That right arm still in danger, and he breaks through.
Wow, I've been waiting to see something like that for a long time here in the UFC.
Genki in Japanese means energetic, high-spirited. In fact, he was named after a comic strip that turned into a TV series in which his father was a big fan called Go Genki. And the fans might go Genki here tonight.
Got a triangle, it's cinched. Look at the forearms. Trapping him with the triangle, throwing the forearms. Remedios has his hand through. His head is slipping out. He could get out of armbar. Great escape by Remedios.
Well, that's 2 for Remedios. He does have some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training.
And Remedios, I expect, will look for a clear opening to strike, and there's the triangle once again.
Oh, he kicked up on Lee Remedios, and Remedios wants to bring it back up. Look at Cejudo. Look at Cejudo with his hands behind his head.
Remedios.
You can see why he's been in the movies. He's quite an actor.
Remedios is going to throw leg kicks.
And round 1 is completed.
Possibly one of the craziest rounds.
It was entertaining, to say the least.
Well, we thought Kyle Luno had a bizarre stance when he started a fight.
That's nothing compared to what we just saw from
Get your
Cejudo.
focus, start hitting him. Don't hesitate.
Bring it in. When he lets off a shot, one of those silly shots, then you combinate straight away. When he does one of those silly things, then you combinate.
He fires something, you shoot straight in. Don't wait for him, Lee. You wait for him. Remember what we said? This guy needs time. Remember what we said? This guy needs time and distance. See, he's doing exactly what we said. Yeah? He can't deal with you when you're close in. Boom.
Check this out. You won't see the heavyweights going for any of these. The flying triangle. Almost perfect, but Remedios stalls him out and gets the arm through. If he would have cleared the arm, it could have been over. And here's where he cinched the triangle in and landed about 5 or 6 forearm shots. But let's give Remedios an A for effort. He got the heck out of there and got out of there quick.
Well, let's see if when he does one of those silly things, Remedios combinates here.
Nice leg kick by Remedios.
We know the folks here in the UK don't really not say what's on their mind. In the corner of Remedios said exactly what was on their mind. Let him act as he will when he does one of those silly things.
And he did so with a good leg kick.
Oh, great takedown there. Outstanding work by Genki Cejudo. A judo-type takedown.
Cejudo is going to try to push his right leg through.
Looking good.
Remedios in great physical condition. See, he's not giving him any distance to throw those forearms. I think he wanted to throw a forearm. And Remedios came up with it.
You know, within the entertaining part of the show put on by Cejudo is a ton of skills. And you can obviously see that. That takedown was outstanding a moment ago.
Yeah, I don't think you can see a mid-level fighter doing the things that Cejudo does and get away with it.
And that just shows the mental confidence he has in most matchups, though, because we've seen tape on Genki Cejudo where he's displayed the same type of showmanship.
Look at Remedios.
Oh, Cejudo trying to lock it in. It's over. It's all over. Genki Cejudo wins by submission. Just like that.
And if I have a feeling something's coming. Cejudo worked his magic. Reminiscent of a Kung Fu movie.
How quickly he slapped it on, Jeff.
This guy is truly amazing.
Very nice. They touch the class. We are all one. Indeed we are. Remedios caught by the choke. Early part of this second round.
That was one of the fastest rear naked chokes. It's been a while since we've seen one in UFC. But Cejudo has the tools, like I say, to stay 2 steps ahead of his opponent.
Absolutely. And he can get to those 2 steps rather quickly. Watch this judo throw. This could be in the movies, Jeff. Wham.
Legs completely launched in the air. And a different look from a different vantage point. Boom.
And the end of the fight.
Now watch how quick this happens. Remedios tries to buck out of it. Cejudo gets a hook in immediately, throws his right arm through, applies the pressure with the left, and 2 or 3 seconds and it's all over.
And then the show is not over. Up to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke at 1 minute, 38 seconds of round 2. For the winner, the Neo Samurai, Genki Cejudo.
Genki Cejudo is with Ryan Bennett.
Folks, he put on a show for you tonight here in the UK. I haven't seen an entrance quite like the great Prince, the boxer, who many of the fight fans here know about. How important is it for entertain the fans as well as fight?
どうやってみんなを楽しませようとしたのか。
I'm professional, so I just try.
And he's breaking out the English now. We see it. At 155, what can you do in this weight class? How quickly do you feel you could become a champion in the weight class?
まあ155キロだけど。
I'll be champion, so that's it.
Short and sweet. You gotta love it. Genki Cejudo, congratulations. Mike, back to your ringside.
Thank you very much, Ryan. Short and sweet as it was in his great use of the rear naked choke.
Unbelievable action. I really like watching the lighter weight guys. The speed of Cejudo amazes me.
So Cejudo by submission. UFC 38 continues now, and it continues with the middleweights.
This fight is 3 rounds in the middleweight division. Now entering the octagon is a freestyle fighter with a mixed martial arts record of 11-4-0. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 83.9 kilos, 185 pounds. Fighting out of Redwood City, California, please welcome the Wolf, Eugene Jackson!
A 7th trip to the octagon for the Wolf, Eugene Jackson. And this is one that many have talked about behind the scenes. Jackson, a heavy puncher. We've seen him knock out people lefts and rights. Very strong. He has worked on his submissions. He has taken advantage of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu recently. And we will see what he has for the UK fans.
His children, Nico, Casey, and April, watching at home. Eugene Jackson is set to try to take himself above the 500 mark.
Now entering the octagon is a kickboxing expert with a mixed martial arts record of 16-0-0. Standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 82.5 kilos, 182 pounds. Fighting out of Gloucester, England. Please welcome the Wizard, Mark Wheeler.
He is known as the Wizard. He is going to have a very, very big reach over Eugene Jackson. He is a good striker, well-versed in submissions. And this is going to be, in my opinion, one of the more interesting fights on the card.
Fast hands against heavy hands. Tail of the tape middleweight matchup between the British fighter Mark Weir, 2 years younger than Eugene Jackson, and a heck of a reach advantage. Jackson weighed in officially 3 pounds heavier. And Weir is a kickboxing veteran, so he will try to use that reach advantage. Larry Landless, our referee, set to get it underway.
Are you ready? Let's rock and roll!
The Wolf and the Wizard meet. Jackson in the red trunks, Weir in the black trunks. Oh my, did you see that high kick? And it's over! It is all over! Mark Weir knocks out Eugene Jackson in what has to be the quickest knockout in UFC history! Oh my!
Eugene took a shot. He's trying to get up. A little disappointed in himself, but man, this crowd. I don't think there's anybody sitting in their seat here. I didn't even get a chance to talk about it.
Did you see how long that leg was of Weir, and the concern on his face, the show of class and sportsmanship? Eugene Jackson regaining his composure as Weir got him and got him good. Wow.
Someone's just made an impact.
A high and very loud impact. Our doctors attending to Eugene Jackson. Watch it from the top to the bottom as Jackson regains his feet. And watch the foot of Mark Weir, Jeff.
Man, that's like trying.
Let's rock and roll!
Look at this.
Oh, was the right hand right on the chin. Right on the chin. as the crowd reacts to the replay.
Looked as though a giraffe was thrown out there as long as the leg is of Mark Weir.
I mean, that was amazing. And up is Eugene Jackson. And they are on their feet again here at the Royal Albert Hall. Another look, another angle.
Here it comes. Move out of the way of the leg. And pound with a right hand.
Reach advantage. Got him right on the chin.
And Eugene woke up right there. Just a couple of seconds. That's all it takes. Jackson's fine now.
We have never had a fighter seriously injured inside the octagon because of the great staff. And look at the smile on the face of Eugene Jackson. The moment we wanted now. Jackson is fine. Weir is the victor. To Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner by one of the fastest knockouts in UFC history. 10 seconds in the very first round. For the winner, the Wizard from Gloucester, England, Mark Weir.
10 seconds, the official time of the knockout, which has to be the fastest knockout in UFC history. Here's Ryan Bennett with our victor.
That's right, guys. Well, he wanted to make a statement. I think everybody here in the UK heard it loud and clear. Mark, congratulations first off. And what's it like to fight right in front of your own home fans right here tonight?
Very proud. I had a lot of pressure. The media attention is amazing. For all the years I've been doing martial arts, first time I feel recognized as a sportsman, athlete, and I had to live up to it. That's all I kept thinking to myself. I have to live up to it.
Let's show you the replay. I want you to take me through this knockdown. We're going to show it on the big screen. Take me through what you saw here to get the knockout.
Well, as I was bouncing forward, I knew that I was just going to throw him with my legs and then come in with my hands. I didn't intend to actually hit him with a hook kick, but I just tend to throw it past his face just to blur his vision. And luckily, I landed first. As one of us was going to be knocked out, it was either me or him. I landed first.
Tell me what it means for you to fight in the UFC, the premier organization in the world.
What it means? Woo! That's what it means. It's the best. I don't know what to say, really. I was proud. I was injured last time I was offered to fight in the UFC, and I was disappointed. I thought that messed up my chances. They came over here and offered me again on my own turf. I can't believe it.
What's next for you in this weight class? Who do you want to fight, man?
Well, my fights don't last long. I don't feel like I'm getting enough experience. Let's keep getting faster and faster. What I want is a real good test, and then head for that title. Ramiro Bustamante, whoever it is, got it. I'll be gunning for them.
He's London's own Mark Weir. Congratulations. Great fight, Mike. Back to you.
Weir quoted as saying the UFC is where legends are made, and this will go down as a legendary knockout. Weir's hero, Muhammad Ali. And the great champion would be proud of that right. That closes the night of Eugene Jackson. Mark Weir goes to 17-0 in his mixed martial arts career. Now, what a night. We've had one go the distance. We have had one in by submission. And now we have a KO in the largest statement ever made by a British fighter here in the UFC. And speaking of a large and dangerous British fighter, another one is up now as we get set for this heavyweight matchup.